Hello, beautiful souls. So, I thought about for a bit what I wanted to talk about. Yesterday was a super struggle for me, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And then I realized kind of my energy center shifted, and also I needed another B12 shot. But I found an amazing hack to be able to eat better than what I was eating, and I actually need a ton of fat in my food. So, I had been adding oils when I was on a diet when I was doing plants, but now for a while, to get rid of autoimmune and some other nasty stuff I have, that's making my blood pressure low and kind of bleaching out my skin, which was on purpose, and I've talked about why before. But and I'm taking ivermectin, which of course always helps when you have things like hidden viruses and strep and such. So upping a fat content has been huge, and I thought that that would disgust me, but actually I found that when my body craves things, I need it, it doesn't disgust me and I can eat it. And that's odd, but I found that out a while ago. Like when I was pregnant was the only time that I could ever eat blackstrap molasses. If I ate it any other time, I got very sick. But and it would go right through me. But when I'm pregnant, for some reason, blackstrap molasses, I needed it. And so immediately, my body would use the B vitamins and the iron and stuff in it. So that's one little thing. I don't know about other people on carnivore diets or, people switching to metabolic typing diets, but I definitely need way more fat. I don't get fat on a carnivore diet. I pretty much don't get fat on any diet except for when I'm eating a lot of plant oils, and then my joints kill, or sugar, and then of course my joints kill. Plant fats don't make me fat. They help, like avocados and stuff, but then because my body has issues with foods that grow mold with seeds, and avocado has a seed, well then of course it bothers me. So what I wanted to talk about today, and I've talked about it before, but I'm going to talk about it again because I understand it, comprehend it better now, is this. People will say that, they'll do these practices where, and I've done them before and I've talked about them where, and it's generally this time of year when I do a reset with it, where I do not give my energy to anything. I don't work with angels, mentors, guides. I don't work with any truth, any reality. I simply cut everything off and act as if I am living in a dream. Now, I don't do this in order to disassociate, because if you don't do it correctly, you will have dissociative identity disorder, especially if you already have schizophrenia or dissociative identity disorders or mental illness, and then you want to act like you can just cure yourself doing this. I'm not saying you can just cure yourself doing anything, and I don't want to come across as that. Though I do believe the body can heal itself from anything, you have to be in this type of mindset in order, in my opinion, to heal things. So remember, again, this is a vlog and it's about my life and my opinion. I'm not your teacher. So if you don't like what I say and you're different, that's great. The world is full of different human beings. And I don't want to be like other human beings. I said to other people on this vlog before, and I probably erased those, that in 2008, I started an experiment on myself and with other people in my life where I would be completely open and honest, because I was continually attacked about not being honest. And so I started being honest on my Facebook, pretty much lost all my family and friends. And this is an experiment, this is why I did this. And to be honest, because I'd gone through horrible things because of people in my life, traumas. And then I started putting all my poetry, even the dark stuff, up on Instagram, the same, in order to work through things, because how you actualize is through your art and what you love. And so I knew that, and I known other poets and mystics who became mystics because they were able to express their deepest, darkest sense of what was going on inside of them in their art, light and dark. And this was my freedom of expression. I was not going to have somebody kill me for it or hurt me for it, which they ended up trying to anyways. My original thing was dance, and I would have been completely happy sticking with that and not poetry as a backup and writing if I had not been always living with people that were extremely cruel and painful and harmful to me. Excuse me, but I just saw a guy that I swear to God was my daughter's ex, but doesn't look like him because he's too spiffed up. So that was strange. Anyways, to keep going. So when you do this operation of cutting everything off, like I recommend the book Tufti to the Priestess, and I dance, when I want to cut everything off of me and push it away, because if I don't, I get depression. And being in the house that I'm in, it's very rare that I get to express and open up there. So it's even more important for me. It's difficult in the winter because I have to go out in the woods or something to dance, and it's cold, and I have issues, health issues. So, it makes it compounded harder. So when I couldn't go anywhere, I learned to write and write poetry very deep and some of it very dark. But the point in it was to get over the trauma and heal even while I was in it, to be expressive. And people hated me for that. And I don't care because, see, my thing isn't, hide your past of who did what, this or that. I'll hide about what happened to other people, but not myself. And I've shared a lot about family without exactly telling everybody my whole life. But I don't have any regrets for that either, because I wouldn't be here alive and healed if I didn't open up about things. And so if your culture and your life and your lifestyle doesn't allow you that kind of freedom, yet you still have paranoia and suffer from things like not being able to express yourself and be cool and okay with yourself and open, and it doesn't make you sick, well then, do your thing. But I won't let anyone else judge me because I've done what I believe is right, and it's bringing me right, correct results that have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt for me that I needed to do what I felt I had to do. So I'm not going to make excuses for other people and what they do, nor for myself that is wrong, but I am still going to express myself and grow through whatever art and art form I feel like producing, whether that be collages or dance or vlogs or poetry or whatever. So that's what I do, and I enjoy it, and it helps me to heal, period. And I don't care if other people don't like it. I don't care if they are the brunt because they attacked me and try to kill me and put me down and all this, that they're the brunt of my expression. That's their problem. If it brings them more energy, well, whatever. They tell me I give too much of my energy away. Well, in that case, every rich person out there is giving way too much of their energy away, and that's a lie, and it doesn't make any sense. So when you get to the space inside yourself where you can feel your energy well up from above your navel into your heart space, and then the magnets get going, as I've expressed before, and you open up and you start to heal, people will come in that need that energy and that need that comprehension and need to know how you're doing what you're doing. Whether it comes to you naturally or not, they're going to think you do some kind of practice because they can't think any other way, that maybe your body just teaches you under the right circumstances, as would everyone if they had freedom of expression and didn't have to worry about what other people thought and could just fully be themselves, because that's how you heal yourself. Now, I'm not saying that's an excuse to do anything wrong or bad or evil, period. And on that note, if you really have actualized and you really do have control of your own energy, and it is your own power, and it is your own source to ascend, not somebody else's, then why the heck would you go and worship Satan or worship any other god or thing external to you if you have cut all those things off and you're saying, here is a lie? Okay, so Satanism is a lie. Luciferianism is a lie. Christianity is a lie. Anything organized religion is a lie. And so if you're using that in order to harm other people or to prove you're right or to take a life force of a witch because you don't like witches, and I'm not even that and don't identify with that, though I have practiced things from everything, my whole life, and tried things to figure out what worked for me. That's how you grow up. So, but if you're saying that you are in this space where you know that all of this world is illusion because of lies, Satanism, Luciferianism, black magic, witchcraft, when it is a lie and used for a lie, because it doesn't have to be. Everything can be used for good with good intentions and balance. So, people believe these things. They sell their soul for these things. They become their whole life Masons, Templars, whatever. That's you. That's your religion. That's your thing. You want to live forever, or you want to be half man, half woman. I don't care if you want to be a goat and go back, down your line of ascension, or be a fish or a mermaid or whatever it is. But as I've said before, if you can use your energy to devolve into something wicked and demonic, or that would hurt somebody else, then don't tell me you can't use your energy to heal yourself, to heal others, and to up your energy correctly. And if things really are all a lie here and nothing is true, why would you fall back onto those religions? Unless they're controlling you, 1111 on the counter. So that is how I feel about it. I feel these things really do control you, and they really will suck you into their storylines here, especially with everything going on in the world right now. I believe these things are happening on cycles. So since we can project any image into the sky, and have been able to for a long time, though that technology's been hidden, we could project anything going on and confuse the hell out of people or scare them or whatever. That does not mean that the original ascension of Christ is happening all over again. What it should mean is that the ascension is happening in us, and this is a lower frequency domain. And so every time they want to recirculate this fall or these catastrophes or whatever, they just project. But in the next age, in the Aquarian age, they won't be able to do that until that age also devolves as things devolve. So to me, I like to just get away from everything and everyone and hermit for a bit and cut off any belief systems. And I do realize when I do that everything here is mixed with lies. But I'll say it again, practically, that doesn't make everything a lie. That doesn't make everything an illusion. And if you want to say it's an illusion, then you're going to have to agree that it's an organic illusion, and that you can break all the laws of nature if you just focus your energy in the right places here, and that there are no laws of nature. Now, if in order to do that, you have to transform into a different being, that's because of your own mind and your own thought system. Even when I do this, I cut off ascended masters, higher self, thought forms from external. And I won't work, like I said, with anything. It's just me and my higher self, me and my gut, my God, and the energy that comes up through that in my heart space into my soul, and then therefore clears the third eye. And when you're going through third eye clearing, which I've had to again because I fell again because of this person, you see a lot of crazy, hideous things. And this time around, while I'm clearing my third eye, I'm having auditory, which is unnerving, but I know just like the third eye that those are the illusions. And that when you get to the certain place where you're breaking free from the prison, all these things flood in to try to destroy you because they don't want you to see. Because you're food here for the religions that want you to believe that their stuff is real, or their path is real, or how they can hurt you or move your assemblage port and take your life force. That's real, but nothing's real here. So if nothing's real here, what's your excuse for being mentally ill, for harming others and having to take a left-hand path? Oh, and then we've got the excuse that's just genetics. Well, no, I'm sorry, but if you're saying nothing here is real and it's all an illusion, then that's all in your head and you're mentally ill and you don't have anything except for the energy that you rely on of the dead and the 4D creatures here who will make you like unto themselves. You'll stay here and you will be living dead. That's the zombie apocalypse currently. We've had all these shows about it for the longest time, but people don't get that it's something that actually goes on. Just look at Hollywood. They call themselves literally, I can point out plenty of videos where they'll get right on there and say that they're a hybrid and that they don't know what they are. They're a hybrid soul, or they're a hybrid body, spirit, or whatever. Hybrid, which means that they have to take that from dead things of the kings of this earth, necromancers. And that's what they are. So they don't believe nothing here is they do not believe that everything here is an illusion to the point where they can break free of it and become a light body or become whatever. So like after refusing to see the people I was seeing again, one of them was posting about nothing is real here, nothing is real here. And they always revert back to that after the fact that their ego is so huge here because they want, need, and desire certain things, and to harm others and to perpetuate suffering because they believe that they're a goon or a guna or whatever from the ancient Hindu scripts. Well then again, let's get back to the point. You're missing the whole point because you're saying all is Maya here, yet you're following Maya to get to some Maya or to get out of some Maya. Again, you make no sense, and it's a lie. This is sense. See how light my hand is compared to my face, the part of me that tans the most? Because my skin is washing out from what they did to me, and this happened before, so I'm not alarmed by it. And I have makeup on from the neck up right now because I am this white and it doesn't look good on your face. So, and also my parents kept saying to me, what's wrong with you? Your skin's too white. And I just kept having to tell them my blood pressure's low. So the doctors can't find anything wrong with me. So I can't say there's anything wrong with me, you know? And I'm not going to go down that path of saying it's wrong. It's just a part of something going on that I've already been through before. It's somebody else's illusions and lies. And so I need to be in a place, because all is energy, where I draw all my energy back to myself. And how do you do that? You get into the place where everything here is illusion. So that's what that person was trying to do. But then when they want something here, they'll play into their game again and feed into their game. And then it's going to feed off of them. And again, the same whole succubi incubus cycle of insanity, and perpetuating insanity and mental illness and bipolar and dissociative identity disorder, because that's all it is if you can't maintain it, and they can't maintain it without the life force of others. So, to me, my only thing here that I need to do is to keep my focus on the self in order to ascend. And that to other people is the most selfish thing in the world you can do. But yes, that's a path. It's a path of ascension. And it is very selfish. But I've been sick my whole life and abused horribly my whole life. And so I don't make excuses for anything I need to do to up my energy. Even if that is someone cursing me and me throwing it back off onto them. Because that's their energy. It's not mine. It's their lie. It's not mine. And I'm not going to let it harm me. So of course I'm going to send everything back to that person. That's their lie and their storyline, and I'm not going to buy into it. You're not sinking your hooks into me and your lies and BS. So, again, I'm going to say it. If you want to believe in ascension and all is Maya here, include all is Maya here, right? And literally, if you do that correctly, the higher self comes in and everything else changes. And you do heal, and you do have direct contact with your gut to the heart, to the higher self all the time, because the energy is opened up to that point. And so you operate from that point, from up here. But I have had to work on clearing a lot of stuff from the lower chakra again. So that's what I've been doing for my clearing exercises. And I'll have some days where I'm just depressed because my house is a sick house, and because I hang around with sick people, one of them who literally takes life force all the time from the people around them, or they'd be dead. And I don't ever and never will apologize for being open for what I say on here. I'm not talking about my friends' problems. I'm talking about people who hurt me, and I'm healing, talking about my own trauma, which I couldn't do going to any doctor or taking any medication or doing any of the things that they said. I healed myself. And so, you know, if you want to say that that's a lie, that's fine. That's my Maya, not yours. But doing these things, these exercises of I'm not the body, I'm not the mind. So again, therefore saying you're just soul or spirit and energy essence, or saying I am, I shall, I will, your three Dantians, expressing those, or just being in the I am and clearing out the lower chakra, because the I am is from the belly button downward, creative force area. So there's things you say and things you can do. Why? Because language opens up these energy centers, because as you reprogram yourself with words over your own body, you're healing yourself like a mantra. And the mantra makes sense to you, so therefore it can reprogram your programming. And that's what I do. So different mantra and different energetic exercises. And I've never produced enough dopamine in different things. So changing my diet, having a lot of fat, still using natural plant medicines, some of them psychedelics, which I have, they're not illegal. So I have no problem with that. And I use them in moderation, which some of them I haven't used for 9 months at a time. Like yesterday, I was feeling depressed and completely forgot that I had corpse flower in my closet I could have used, you know? So also yesterday, I wasn't feeling well because I was sipping a cleanse tea that's for this time of year, and it works on the liver. And whenever I do intensive work on my liver, I can get into a ketonic state, which I've talked about before, and I think I've erased those things. So that is from having trauma and a toxic liver and a rotten diet my whole life, which for me was rotten, even though it was raw food and juicing and cleanses and all these crazy baths, hot baths and cold showers. And, you know, I've run the gauntlet. So I know what works for me, and I'm going to stick with what works with me until my heart space says, nope, you need this, and an impulse is towards something else. That's my point of change, is my own energy, my own God, my own gut, then my own spirit, my own soul, and then removing the mind out of the way. The Maya is the mind. You have to cut off all the illusions from the outside of your aura and sit in your own aura, which is a practice I do on my bed. Other people do it through meditation, sitting up, and breath work. I do those things, but my most concentrated is laying on my left-hand side in a ball and circulating my energy purposely. And there's, in every religion, in every belief system, there's hacks that can help you. And that's how you ought to look at it at. It's a hack for the matrix. It is not a religion. It is not one way, the only way, my way. All mystics know this in every religion. And so we're the peaceful ones that don't want to go kill a bunch of other people. And if I was conscripted into a war, I literally would not do it. Unless I was fighting against Satanists and Luciferians and people that joined Neptune's age, dying age, or any of these Abrahamic or Brahmic religions, which Christ was not part of at all. So I have used Christ as a guide in my past. But like I said, I'm very careful with that religion, because having been being baptized into it, you know, into Romanism and all of that, it's a cult to me. And it does take energy, because I've cleared it and I've seen the difference. So sometimes I will go back into things and work with certain planetary things, or work with certain energies or guides or whatever, knowing that either they are part of me and have come to me as part of me, or they don't get to work with me. See, either they bow to me and my energy and serve me, or it's see you later, alligator, I don't want anything to do with you. So having said that, I know all the people that I was with are 100% Maya and BS. And they're willing to get where they need to go or want to go in any way, shape, or form. And if they're king from a past age, and they're Poseidon and they're Neptune, and don't put down what I worship, and blah, 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 they're Satan, I don't care. You know, you can take your sigils and put them where the light shines. Maybe they'll work better that way. But, you know, I'm going to keep doing whatever I'm called to do, with whatever calls to me, with whatever comes to me. And that has been some deep crazy things I can't even comprehend. So I believe those things have my back. And if they don't, I don't want to work with them. And I tell them that. So, that's pretty much what I want to say. The Maya here is a choice. This Maya is between you and God. So, sorry, but someone's horn next to me just keeps going off all the time, over and over. Well, it's going to drain their battery. So as I was saying, this is the Maya you need to remove to get into the right space where you can do what you need to do in order to survive here. And if love or family or anything gets in the way of that, you're not loving them. Because if you would love them, you would be, your highest self and your highest energy and your greatest potential. That is loving the other outside of you. Loving yourself first and putting yourself first. Because if you don't do that, you cannot help yourself or anyone else. So it's really literally the oxygen mask thing. So again, I'll say, and I put it in my about info, go to RJ Spina online, because he has a lot of the same exercises I did to heal myself, and then I don't need to be redundant. Or I'll recommend buying his book. I'm not going to say that those things are going to definitely work for you, because like I said, I worked with what came to me, with the wisdom that was in me, and those things healed me. So I can't say how they're going to work for you, if that's going to, help to shut down your monkey mind or not. Everybody is different, and everybody's triggers and traumas are all different. So I'm going to leave now, because that is just too way annoying for me. I'm sure it is for you. So thank you for your time, people. I appreciate it. Have a nice day.